Hello everyone, hope everyone is well, and in this video I'm going to be doing vinyl updates. Now, I have shown partially some of my vinyl collection, but I liked to cover my face because I thought my face would crack the laptop screen. But so far I've done about at least 10-15 plus videos now with my face, and the laptop screen hasn't cracked, so there's hope for us all. So yeah, we're going to be looking at how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 records. Sort of, yeah, newish purchases, yeah. So yeah, the first album we're going to look at is Morrissey's new album, Low, in high school. So yeah, bought this album on the strength of the single Spent a Day in Bed. Again, you know, with Morrissey, it's a very acquired taste, isn't it? You know, with Morrissey, he's like a very melancholic English gentleman throwback. I mean, that's how I would describe him as, you know, sort of like a sort of person that's not built for these times. Sort of like you can sort of imagine Morrissey in a Shakespearean play. You know, you can imagine him as a character in a Shakespearean play. So yeah, the album. It's an acquired taste. It is an acquired taste. I mean, I've only listened to it once, and probably one of the best and most to listen to it, to be honest. I mean, it's very, 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 very political. You know, particularly Israel, the song Israel, and who will protect us from the police. Just very, 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 very political, even for Morrissey. I mean, axe the monarchy. Now, I read in Louder Than More that HMV had issues stocking the album cover because of axe the monarchy. I mean, at the end of the day, last time I checked, Britain is a democracy. So, you know, Morrissey, absolute fierce critic of the government and the royal family, and I agree with him. Axe the monarchy, I agree with him. You know, these bloody royal weddings. You know, another royal wedding. You know, and it's like, I think to myself, what is this, Disney? With all these fucking royal weddings, you know, it's like, ugh. Tally ho! Hip 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 hip! Tally ho, everyone! Oh, so yeah, I might need to listen to this album again. It is an incredibly sad and profound record. You can hear the frustration in this album. You just can. And my favourite songs, probably Spent the Day in Bed and Jackie's Only Happy When She's Up on Stage. Probably my favourite songs on the record. So yeah, I need to listen to that again. So yeah, Morrissey, the back. My parents are a handful. I bet they are. So yeah. Oh, where can I put this? Ooh. There. Next record is Motorhead, Motorhead, we play rock and roll. So yeah, Motorhead. Motorhead's, well, technically it's their first album, but it's a re-recording of the recordings they did in Rockfield Studio in 1975 with Dave Edmunds. And originally it was Lemmy, Larry Wallace and Lucas Fox, but Lucas Fox didn't last. And then of course they got Phil Taylor on drums and they got Fast Eddie Clarke, and then of course Larry Wallace left. And those recordings are on Parole, which came out in 1979, which I have got on vinyl, but the condition is piss poor. But it's Motorhead's first recording, so it's like practically treasure, golden treasure. So yeah, Motorhead's first album. It isn't quite the sound that they would produce. It's more stripped down. It has a more stripped down sound compared to Bomber and Overkill and Ace of Spades. And Lemmy's voice is sort of going through a transitional period. It's sort of like he's still singing in a higher register, but he's sort of starting to have the gravelly voice. So yeah, it's I wouldn't say it was it's not my favourite album of theirs, but it's got some good songs and it's got good versions of The Watcher and Motorhead and White Line Fever and of course Vibrator, which is like an old Larry Wallace song. So yeah, Motorhead first album. Trust me, it's worth getting, but it's not quite the Motorhead that we know, because this is from 1977. So yeah, but it is a good album and it is worth getting. So yeah, Motorhead's first album, and I got this for Christmas, and I also got for Christmas this. Look at that, Lemmy. Rock and roll, speed, and picking up chicks. Oh, let's take some speed. Yeah, look at that. And I also got a new. Whoa, bloody hell, too close for comfort there. And I also bought. There's a new shop in Pontypool Market, and a lady, she does carvings out of wood, and I bought this for £5. Look at that. Just brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. And I'll be putting that in my figures. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. So yeah, third album we're going to look at is Jake Bugg's new album, Hearts That Strain. Signed as well. Yeah, I don't know how my dad does it. He just, and this was also a Christmas present as well. So yeah, Jake Bugg. Jake Bugg is probably one of my favourite modern artists. He's just brilliant, First heard his music on, I think it was Jules Holland in 2012, Lightning Bolt, and I just thought, this is great, This is a great little songwriter doing his own tunes and none of that auto-tune bollocks. Just a guy from a really rough council estate in Nottingham writing his own songs and basically shattering the stereotype. First album is brilliant. The self-titled one. Second album, I would say his second album is Shangri-La. Is probably his best album for me. It's just, you can hear the progression of his songwriting, like Messed Up Kids is brilliant song. It's probably my favourite Jake Bugg song, and And I mean, what I like about Jake Bugg, he has his own distinctive style. He sings in his own accent. You know, he will sing in a Nottingham accent, which is, you know, it's unique. He's not faking it. He's not singing in an American accent and going, "Gee willikers, I love you all. I'm gonna go down on the buckaroo. I want to love you like you love you." You know, it's like, you know, and a lot of people have compared him like to Dylan. Now, I would say I get an Oasis vibe. I do. I mean, it's like Oasis. It's like Oasis. They sing, you know, in their accent. You know, the Mancunian accent. Like with Jake Bugg, he sings in his Nottingham accent. So, you know, he's got his own unique style, and he just gets on with it. You know, he's not pretentious. He's not keen on interviews or the limelight at all. He's just a songwriter, wants to just get on with it, and I respect that. I respect it, and he seems to get better with every album. But I haven't heard this album, but I do hope to hear it soon. So yeah, Jake Bugg, great little artist. If you haven't heard any of his music, check it out. The next artist we're going to look at is Wilko Johnson. What can we say about Wilko Johnson? But, you know, one of the greatest guitarists of all time. You know, his style is unique, to say the least. He has like a very choppy buzzsaw sort of style. You know, his stage presence is just incredibly. It's like me on a manic episode. He's like this. He's literally like this. He's like this. You know, he literally go back and forth and back and forth like a relentless machine. And of course, Wilko Johnson, part of one of the greatest pub rock bands of all time, Dr. Feelgood. If anything, Dr. Feelgood were the premier pub rock band. You know, pub rock, back to basics, rhythm and blues, rock and roll. You know, because of that time in the mid '70s, was all that prog rock. You know, Rick Minkman going, "Hey Rick, I ordered you a curry. Oh great," you know, and all that crap. And Dr. Feelgood is a perfect antidote to all that prog rock. And Wilko Johnson, just a absolutely great guitarist, you know. And Down by the Jetty by Dr. Feelgood is brilliant. Malpractice is brilliant. I don't tend to bother much with Dr. Feelgood after Wilko Johnson, because to me, Wilko Johnson was Dr. Feelgood. He really was. And I got to see him live at Cheltenham Festival in 2015. Just incredible, mesmerising stage performer. Just absolutely brilliant. And I'm so happy that he beat cancer, because he had cancer a couple of years ago and he beat it. So brilliant. And also, there's a great documentary on Dr. Feelgood by Julian Temple, Oil City Confidential. You know, Dr. Feelgood, probably the greatest band to come out of Canvey Island. Probably the greatest thing to come out of Canvey Island. I mean, I don't know, I've never been there. Should I go there? So yeah, Wilko Johnson, brilliant. And I should listen to that. I should. So yeah, Wilko Johnson. Next one is Black Grape. Pop Voodoo, the new album by Black Grape. Just, what can we say about Black Grape? One of the greatest bands to come out the 90s. Just brilliant. You know, Shaun Ryder after Happy Mondays. Formed Black Grape with Kermit, who was in the rap group Ruthless Rap Assassins. Now, I've got one of their singles, and it wasn't a dream, and it's just fantastic. Very, very, very hard to get hold of. I remember getting that from Neath, one of the charity shops in Neath, for 50p. I was chuffed to bits. I was absolutely chuffed to bits. And yeah, the sound of Black Grape is very, very unique. It's sort of funky, punky, dubby hip hop with rock guitar. You know, it's sort of like James Brown meets Cypress Hill sort of style. And the debut album, It's Great When You Straight, is just brilliant. Reverend Black Grape, a great song. You know, can you feel the spirit of the Lord? Well, if Reverend Black Grape was doing a sermon in one of the churches in Newport every day, I would go. Because I'd be going, yes, I feel the spirit of the Lord, Reverend Black Grape. Brilliant. Brilliant. And this is their newest album from last year. And it's just distinctively Black Grape. It's like they never left. You know, everything I know is wrong. Brilliant about Donald Trump. Donald Trump. His funny hairstyle. You know what I mean? Not what I mean. It's banging. Not what I mean. Not what I mean. Yeah, it's got some great tracks on you. It's sort of that. I sort of get from this album a Parliament Funkadelic vibe as well on some of the tracks as well. It's just, you know, you need to listen to this again because it's like they never went away. So yeah, Black Grape, brilliant. Brilliant. And of course, yeah, the next one from Shepherd's Bush, The Horrible Ooh. Who's next? Oh, for me, the early 70s was the peak for the Who. I mean, Who's Next, Quadrophenia, just absolutely fantastic albums. Pete Townsend at his absolute best. And this album is just brilliant. People talk about Van Halen's album, 1984, introducing hard rock introducing synthesizers into hard rock. But The Who did it 13 years earlier. Because the addition to synthesizers, particularly Baba O'Reilly, which is about Terry Riley, the minimalistic composer, and Won't Get Fooled Again, it's just brilliant. John Entwistle's synth playing is just absolutely orgasmic. It just is. Just incredible. It's a great album of incredible hard rocking songs and some beautiful, well crafted ballads. You know, The Song Is Over, brilliant. Getting in Tune, brilliant. My Wife, brilliant. Just, Behind Blue Eyes, brilliant. I mean, it's just, you know, absolutely brilliant. You know, if you haven't got this, you know, and you like rock music, then you need to get this album. You need this album in your record collection because it's just absolutely brilliant. I mean, I prefer Quadrophenia, but this is definitely up there because I feel with the Who after Quadrophenia, I think they lost their steam, particularly with punk coming along and making everyone look like dinosaurs. It just, you know, Quadrophenia, the Who, Quadrophenia, and the peak, just brilliant album. Yeah, so that was the Who. Next record is Hanoi Rocks. Hanoi Rocks from Finland. 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 I am the Vikings. Nordic country, the Vikings. So yeah, Hanoi Rocks. Hanoi Rocks is Bangkok Shocks, Saigon Shakes, and Hanoi Rocks. Yeah. So these guys pretty much built the Finland rock and metal scene as it is today. Completely influential. You know, these guys were Motley Crue before Motley Crue. These guys were Guns N' Roses before Guns N' Roses. You know, just incredibly influential band that you just don't get enough credit. You know, but Viva Rock did a great article on these guys, and I have done a video on these guys, explaining more about them. So yeah, this is their second album. Yeah, it's one of the early albums because Razzle the drummer's not on yet. It's I like the album, but I don't think it's not as good as Back to Mystery City. I think Back to Mystery City is the absolute peak for creativity because you got some incredible songs on there, Mental Beat and Back to Mystery City, just brilliant stuff. So yeah, Hanoi Rocks just pretty much mapped out 80s rock, really. You know, just brilliant. I wish they'd make a documentary on them. I think it'd be awesome. So yeah, Hanoi Rocks, and the last one, Alice Cooper's Killer. Oh, just, you know, the music from Detroit in the early 70s is just absolutely out of this world, phenomenally awesome. Just incredible. Alice Cooper, one of the most influential musicians of all time, pretty much invented shock rock, you know, and pretty much early hard rock heavy metal, and there's some great songs on here. Absolutely great. And my favourite song is probably Halo of Flies. Just the guitar work, it's just out of this world. It just is. It's just out of this world, and you just can't beat early Alice Cooper. You just can't. And this is pretty much one of John Lydon's favourite rock albums. He said in an interview, Killer. Just absolutely incredible. Big fan of Alice Cooper. He took his mum to see Alice Cooper. You know? And he said Alice Cooper was a fantastic man. Really nice guy. I mean, I don't agree with him playing golf, but each to their own, innit? You know, each to their own. So yeah, Killer, just early Alice Cooper, just brilliant. And I hope to try and get $1 Billion Babies and Schools Out, and the one with 18 on there. Hope to get them because I really enjoyed this album. Need to listen to this again. So yeah, that was vinyl update number 1. And I didn't waffle on for too long. So yeah. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.